page 88, part number 2, Parkeen Madhuri. इस पद को समझ लो थोड़ी पहले. Let's try to understand this part a little bit first, and then we'll sing this very beautiful part, the divine composition, written by Jagat Guru Tam Shri Kripalu Mahaprabhu from his book Prem Ras Madira Parkeen Madhuri. अलबेलो हमारो यार प्रेम के बंधन में. Shri Krishna, Albelo, title for Shri Krishna, who is my dearest everything, हमारो यार, वो प्रेम के बंधन में. He is bounded by the cord of love. Shri Krishna is Param Swatantra. Param Swatantra na sir bal ko. Nothing and no one controls Shri Krishna. He is supremely independent, free. Parama Swatantra hai. But as I told you yesterday, there is something that controls him. This is the general law, that he is supremely independent, free. But as I mentioned, every law has a subsection. Shri Krishna himself says to Durvasa Muni, Aham bhakta paradhino hyaswatantra ivadvij sadbhirgasta hridayo bhaktair bhakta janapriya. 9th canto, 4th chapter, 63rd verse, Srimad Bhagavat Mahapurana. Shri Krishna says to Durvasa Muni, when it comes to those who love him, when it comes to the thing called prem, bhakti, divine love, Shri Krishna says, I am no longer free, independent. Those who love me selflessly, they bind me, tie me up with that cord of divine love, and makes me dance as a monkey dances to the tune of the trainer. Whatever a bhakti devotee wants, Shri Krishna has to do, when in detail in that. And some of the things here have been mentioned to show proof of how Shri Krishna यहाँ सिद्ध करते हैं. ऐसे कई उदाहरण हैं जिससे सिद्ध करते हैं कि श्री कृष्ण प्रेम के बंधन, प्रेम के अधीन में है. नहीं जात समाधिन योगिन जय. Shri Krishna, who refuses to go in the samadhi, the spiritual trance of great yogis, Rishi Muni. Na chatta ta thei thei. Brajanarin ki tar. The illiterate gopis, Brajanarin, illiterate milkmaids of Vrindavan, because of their love for Shri Krishna, they make him dance to just clapping. They clap. Ta, thai, ta. He's dancing. For charge, buttermilk. After you churn the dahi, yogurt, and take out the butter, makhan, what remains is called charge, buttermilk. For that he is dancing. वो नाचते हैं. because of their love. Nit khojat ved richan jehi, bani yashumati ke sut kaan te, और बंदे ऊकल में लेहो निहार. The Vedas they are searching. The great Gyanis, etc., they are searching for Shri Krishna in the verses of the Vedas, Richan. वो ढूंढते हैं. नहीं मिलते, and they can't find him. That same Shri Krishna, who is told to be father of the entire universe, Jagat Pita, has become the son of Yashoda Maiya because of her love. वो पुत्र बन गए. And so much he is under the control of Yashoda Maiya that she has tied him to a mortar. He who gives mukti, मुक्ति देते हैं भगवान. उनके नाम लेने से मुक्ति मिलते हैं. Just by taking the name of the Lord, one attains mukti, liberation. He who grants mukti, he has been tied by it to the mortar, ukhal mein, by Yashoda Maiya, and he is begging for his own freedom. छोड़ दो, कोई हमें छोड़ दो. Please someone release me from the cords that Maiya has tied me to this mortar. Brahmand anant hi pal jehi, chorat mukh kaur hu gwal tehi, bane ghora gawar in gwal. So Shri Krishna has three forms. Ek Shri Krishna has three forms: Brahma, Vishnu, Shiv. Shri Krishna kuch nahi karta. He doesn't do anything. He just does das in Golok. But these three forms of Shri Krishna, as Brahma, he creates the universe. Shrishti karte hai. As Vishnu, he does palan. He sustains the universe. Everything comes from him. And as Shiv, he destroys. So he who sustains the entire universe, that's Shri Krishna, he is taking food from the mouth of illiterate cowherd boys. When Shri Krishna would go with his friends to graze the cows in the pasture, then they will sit in a circle and to eat. Everyone will take out the tiffin, whatever the Maiya has, the mother has given them, and Shri Krishna would hide his. And when these cowherd boys will begin to eat, Shri Krishna waits for an opportunity and he puts his hand in their mouth and takes the food that they are chewing in their mouth and takes it and eat it. Jutan. And he says, "Oh, your Maiya has cooked such yummy, tasty food. Oh," and he smacks his lip with great relish. Brahma saw this. Brahma got confused. Brahma, the creator, that he tested Shri Krishna to see if he was the Lord or some illiterate cowherd boy. He's performing such a leela. Not only that, they will play games. When he go with his cowherd friends, they're all little boys, to graze the cow. So while the cows are grazing, they would play games, as all little boys would. And in the games, someone will lose, someone will win. And Shri Krishna would many times deliberately lose in the game. Shri Krishna, one of his name is Ajit. Means he cannot be defeated. No one can defeat him in the entire universe, yet he deliberately loses. And in the game, the loser has to become a ghoda, a horse. One has to go on the four-limb and walk like that, like a horse. And then all the cowherd friends will take turn in riding that horse. That's Supreme Lord, just to give happiness to his friends. And then when one cowherd boy, and Shri Krishna is the smallest, all his friends are bigger than him, he would deliberately go very slowly. And someone is riding a horse, you want the horse to go fast. Hai Ghora! They will take their heel and kick him in the side of his stomach, tell him to go faster. Take him! And this will bring tears to the eyes of Shri Krishna. Not tears of pain, but tears of joy as to how much happiness I am given to my sakha, my friends. Aga jag sab jag sanghar kajei, darpat yashumati ke satinate. Shri Krishna, just by smiling, creates the entire universe, uncountable solar system. And just by raising his eyebrow, he causes dissolution, Mahapralaya. He dissolves everything, movable as well as unmovable. The entire universe, he eats it, gets merged into his stomach, dissolves into him, Mahapralaya. That Supreme Lord, whom even death is afraid of, Yamraj, kaapte hai, trembles with fear in front of Shri Krishna. He's afraid of an old lady with a little tin piece of stick. When Yashoda Maiya had Shri Krishna, she was pretty advanced in age. And once he had eaten dirt, and Yashoda Maiya threatens to beat him. With a little stick, she just doesn't, she's not really going to hit him, but just that he should not do wrong thing. All parents, they will discipline the child, that he should know this is wrong and should not eat dirt. And he is so afraid. Real tears are flowing from his eyes, because Maya is controlling him with her love. He whom even Yamraj is afraid of. Dhani Leela Kripalu Sarkar, Prema ke bandhan mein. Kripalu Mahaprabhu says, Jai Ho, most blessed indeed is the divine pastime of the Supreme Lord, which is beyond all words, all description, in that he is the slave of love. He is controlled by the thing called love. And these are many examples proven how he is controlled by divine love, by love of a devotee. We'll sing. Albelo hamaru yaar, prem ke bandhan mein.
Albelo hamaru yaar, prem ke bandhan mein.
Oh, albelo hamaru yaar, prem ke bandhan mein.
Albelo hamaru yaar, prem ke bandhan mein.
Nahi jaat samadhin yogin jai.
Nahi jaat samadhin yogin jai.
नाचत थे थई ते
नाचत
ओ ब्रज नारिन
राधे
ब्रज नारिन की तार प्रेम के बंधन में ब्रज
नारिन की तार प्रेम के बंधन
ओ हाँ प्रेम के बंधन में हाँ
प्रेम के बंधन
ओ अलबेलो हमारो यार प्रेम के बंधन में
अलबेलो हमारो यार प्रेम के बंधन में
नित खोजत वेद ऋचान जे
नित खोजत वेद ऋचान जय
बनी यशुमति के सुत कान्हते
बनी यशोमति के सुत कान्हते
ओ बंधे उखल
राधे
बंधे उखल में लेहु निहार प्रेम के बंधन में
बंधे उखल में लेहु निहार प्रेम के बंधन में
हाँ प्रेम के बंधन में हाँ
प्रेम के बंधन में
ओ अलबेलो हमारो यार प्रेम के बंधन में
अलबेलो हमारो यार प्रेम के बंधन में
ब्रह्मांड अनंत ही पाल जे
ब्रह्मांड अनंत ही पाल जय
छोरत मुख कौरही वालते
छोरत मुख कौरही वालते
ओ बने घोरा
राधे
बने घोरा ग्वरा बने घोरा गवारन ग्वार प्रेम के बंधन में
बने घोड़ा गवारन ग्वार प्रेम के बंधन में
हाँ प्रेम के बंधन में हाँ
प्रेम के बंधन में
ओ अलबेलो हमारो यार प्रेम के बंधन में
अलबेलो हमारो यार प्रेम के बंधन में
अग जग सब जग संहारक जे
अग जग सब जग संहारक जय
अग जग सब जग संहारक जे
अग जग सब जग संहारक जय
दरपत यशुमति की साटिन ते
दरपत यशोमति की साटिन ते
ओ दरपत यशुमति की साटिन ते
दरपत यशोमति की साटिन ते
ओ धनी लीला
राधे
धनी लीला कृपालु सरकार प्रेम के बंधन में
धनी लीला कृपालु
कृपालु सरकार, प्रेम के बंधन में।
धनी लीला कृपालु सरकार, प्रेम के बंधन में।
हाँ प्रेम के बंधन में, हाँ
प्रेम के बंधन में।
ओ अलबेलो हमारो यार, प्रेम के बंधन में।
अलबेलो हमारो यार, प्रेम के बंधन में।
अग जग सब जग संहारक जय,
अग जग सब जग संहारक जय।
ओ डरपत यशुमति की साटिन ते,
डरपत यशुमति की साटिन ते।
ओ धनी लीला
राधे,
धनी लीला कृपालु सरकार, प्रेम के बंधन में।
धनी लीला कृपालु सरकार, प्रेम के बंधन में।
हाँ प्रेम के बंधन में, हाँ
प्रेम के बंधन में।
ओ अलबेलो हमारो यार, प्रेम के बंधन में।
अलबेलो हमारो यार, प्रेम के बंधन में।
अलबेलो हमारो यार, प्रेम के बंधन में। अलबेलो
हमारो यार, प्रेम के बंधन में।
अलबेलो सरकार की जय। Please give out the sheets with Bhakti Shatak. अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। चेतो दर्पणमार्जनं भवमहा दावाग्निर्वापनम्। श्रेयः कैरवचन्द्रिका वितरणम् विद्यावधूजीवनम्। आनन्दाम्बुधिवर्धनं प्रतिपदम् पूर्णामृता स्वादनम्। सर्वात्मस्नपनं परं विजयते श्रीकृष्ण संकीर्तनम्। नमः कमलना भाय नमः कमलमालिने नमः कमलपादाय Namaste Kamalekshana Yo Brahmanam Vidadhati Purvam Yo Vai Vedanscha Prahinoti Tasmai Tagvang Hadevam Atma Buddhi Prakasham Mumukshurvai Sharanamaham Prapadye. बोले वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। प्रिय भक्त समुदाय, दिव्यात्मो महानुभाव, dearest devotees of the Supreme Lord, the divine souls. First, let me say Radhe Radhe to each and everyone, and my pranam, my humblest prostrations to all of you. Very special Radhe Radhe pranam, welcome to our viewers also in social media, Facebook, YouTube, Bhakti TV, etc. We have been looking at verses from Bhakti Shatak. Jagat Gurutam Shri Kripalu Mahaprabhu, who is the fifth Panchvi Mool Jagat Guru, only the fifth original Jagat Guru. He's composed and written many, many wonderful books. Prem Ras Siddhant, Prem Ras Madira, Braj Ras Madhuri, Radha Govind Geet, Shama Sham Geet, Yugal Shatak, etc. Has also written this wonderful book called Bhakti Shatak. Shatak means 100. 100 dohas, couplets, containing all the philosophy, divine philosophy of all the Vedic scriptures, all the Vedas, Puranas, Shastra, Mahabharata, Ramayana, etc. We've been looking at some of these verses. Today is the third session. This will go on for 8 sessions. We've completed verse 18 yesterday. So we go on to verse 19, Doha 19, in your little booklets you have, so you can join with me. Jai Radhe Krishna Radhe, Radhe Radhe Krishna Radhe, Jai
Radhe Krishna Radhe 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 Krishna Radhe,
Jai Radhe Krishna Radhe 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 Krishna Radhe,
Jai Radhe Krishna Radhe 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 Krishna Radhe.
बंधन और मोक्ष का कारण मन ही बखान राधे राधे।
बंधन और मोक्ष का कारण मन ही बखान राधे राधे।
बंधन और मोक्ष का कारण मन ही बखान राधे राधे।
बंधन और मोक्ष का
कौनी हूँ भक्ति करूँ, करूँ मन ते हरि ध्यान। राधे राधे।
याते कौनियो भक्ति करूं, करूं मन ते हरि ध्यान। राधे राधे।
याते कौनी हूँ भक्ति करूँ, करूँ मन ते हरि ध्यान। राधे राधे।
याते कौनियो भक्ति करूं, करूं मन ते हरि ध्यान। राधे राधे।
जय राधे कृष्ण राधे राधे, राधे कृष्ण 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 राधे।
बोले वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। बंधन और मोक्ष का कारण मन ही बखान। बंधन और मोक्ष का कारण शास्त्र कहते हैं उनके कारण मन ही है, मन ही होते। इसलिए याते कौन हूँ भक्ति करूँ, करूँ मन ते हरि ध्यान। जो भी भक्ति हम करेंगे, बहुत प्रकार की भक्ति होते हैं, जो भी भक्ति करेंगे तो सबसे प्रमुख है मन। मन से भगवान का ध्यान करना चाहिए, तब कुछ लाभ होगा। All the scriptures, all the saints have told us that the performer of our action is the mind alone. The cause of bondage as well as liberation is the mind alone. Vedas are saying, Mana eva manushyanam karnam bandha mokshayoho. Brahma Bindu Upanishad, second mantra. The Vedas are saying, Man means mind. Ev, he only. Manushyana. We people, human beings. Karanam, वो कारण है, is the cause of bandhan, bondage, or moksha, liberation. The mind alone is the cause of bondage as well as liberation. This Ved mantra is found in many Upanishad, Narad, Pancharatra, Narad Puran, etc., Bhagavad, everywhere. We do a lot of things spiritually. बहुत कुछ करते हैं, पूजा करते हैं, हवन भी करते हैं, मंदिर जाते हैं, भगवान का पूजा होते हैं, वही भी जाते हैं, तीर्थ, बहुत कुछ करते हैं। लेकिन इसमें उस समय मन कहाँ है, उस पर ध्यान नहीं देते। इंद्रियों से सब कुछ करते हैं, इंद्रियों से। We people do a lot of things spiritually. We do puja, we do havan, some abhishek, offering water on the shivling, etc. We go to places of pilgrimage,
go to Govardhan mountain and do parikrama. Every saint we meet, every spiritual person, we bow to them. We sing the name of God, bhajan, kirtan, lots of things. But at that time when we are doing all these spiritual activities, where the mind is, hardly anyone pays attention. It's mostly done with the physical sense organ. हाथ से पूजा कर रहे हैं, we doing puja with the hand. अक्षत चढ़ाओ, put rice, chandan, sindoor, haldi. We are singing name of Bhagwan, singing bhajan, kirtan, only with the lip, mouth. No, as to what the bhajan is saying, or we focusing on whom the bhajan is singing about, no. Best to best we may be thinking, I hope everyone thinks I am singing so beautiful. Manoranjan, entertainment. Someone is going to do parikrama. Lot of people from all over the world, they go to Vrindavan. There's a mountain called Govardhan Parvat. Bhagwan Shri Krishna, little more than 5,000 years ago, descended in Vrindavan, and he himself became Govardhan mountain. And partook of everything the gopis and the cowherds offered to him. सब कुछ खा लिया. और उस समय भी, at that time also the gopis and the cowherds, they went around Govardhan, did parikrama. When we go around an object of worship in a clockwise direction, keeping that object to our right hand side and go around it in a clockwise direction, is called parikrama. And it gives great blessing. So people knowing that this is ye koi parvat, this is not a mountain. Shri Krishna himself became Govardhan. So every year a lot of people go to do parikrama in different ways. Some go walking, some go on their four limb like creeping like a child, some lie down. If you go to parikrama, there's a marg called parikrama marg. In the month of July, etc., you will see people actually lying on the ground, doing parikrama. Now, when a person is thinking, I am going to do parikrama, he has this wonderful thought in his mind, I am going to go around Govardhan mountain. Such a great blessing. He's thinking about Govardhan. But when he goes there to Vrindavan, to the place of where Govardhan mountain is, that Parvat, and he is about to do parikrama, he starts walking around, etc. At that time, what is he thinking? Is he thinking that I am going around Shri Krishna? Oh, I wonder how my wife is doing. I wonder how my children are doing. I hope they fed the dog. I hope no one broke into my shop. I parked the car by the road. I forgot, did I leave the key inside the car? In other words, he is doing parikrama, but with the mind and the world. This is just physical drill, exercise. People are doing job. I mentioned yesterday, people do job. When we take a mala, many different types, some crystal, some rudraksh, some tulsi.
different types. Normally 108 beads are there. And we take some name or mantra of God and we keep going around repeating 108 beads. So that is called jap. So many different types of jap. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om. And there's a special one called Maha Mantra from the Kali Santaranya Upanishad. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. So, many spiritual masters, they tell the disciple to do jap using this mala to keep count. At the time when that person is doing jap, where's the mind? Is he thinking that he's doing jap for Shiv Bhagwan? Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Is he thinking about Shiv Bhagwan? Is he meditating on Shiv Bhagwan? Someone is doing Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Is a mantra dedicated to Shri Krishna. Is he thinking about Shri Krishna? When he's doing Maha Mantra, I told you there are 3 names of Shri Krishna in this Maha Mantra. Hari, Ram, Krishna. At that time when he's repeating Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, is he visualizing Shri Krishna? No. He's just thinking I have to do 16 mala or 5 mala, 5 rounds. That's all the concentration. Guruji told me to do 3 mala or 5 mala or 16 mala. That's all the concentration. Many times they have fallen asleep. I've seen people fallen asleep while doing jap. Somebody's in the shop. Normally this jap mala is kept in a bag, a little bag. And they're doing that, you can see the mouth repeating. And they go in the shop, what is the price of this? Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. They ask people, what is your name? Where did you come from? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. And they're doing jap. This is just a physical drill. As I mentioned yesterday, God has taken all His power and put in the name. Gaurang Mahaprabhu says in Shikshatak, Naam Naam Kari Bahudha Nija Sarva Shaktis Tartar Pita Niyamita Smarane Nakala Etadrishi Tava Kripa Bhagavan Mamapi Durdaivami Dishamiha Janinanuraga. Shikshastak. Hey Shri Krishna, you have so many names, uncountable names. And you are so merciful, itna kripalu, dayalu hai, that you have taken all your power and put in the name, Sarva, Nija Sarva Shaktis. Sarva Shakti ko leke naam mein bhar diya. In other words, there's no difference between Shri Krishna and the name Krishna. There's no difference between Radharani and the name Radhe. Between Shiv and Shiv, the name Shiv. Itna daya. Plus you have made no rules when it comes to taking the name, which direction you should face, what time, where you should sit. No rules. What kind of clothes you should wear, whether you should take bath, no rules. Aapki kripa hai, aseem hai. Your mercies are to the supreme extreme. So merciful. Lekin, durdaivami dishamiha Janinanuragaha. My Durudaiva, my misfortune is also to the extreme in that I do not have love, attachment for taking the name. I do not feel bliss. If there is infinite bliss in the name, one name alone should be enough. लेकिन विश्वास नहीं है. We don't have the faith they believe. You don't have to take million names. एक घड़ी आधो घड़ी आधो पुण्य में आध. The saints tell us that if we take just one name of Bhagwan, we can attain everything. एक नाम काफी है, और कुछ नहीं करना. So are they lying to us? We have taken uncountable name. People are doing this every day, doing 16 mala, and nothing has happened. No, no saint lies to us. वो झूठ नहीं बोलते. It means there is a right way to take the name and a wrong way. एक सही एक गलत. The day we take the name of God, of Bhagwan, Shri Krishna, Radharani, one name, with the faith that Shri Krishna is sitting in the name, Radharani is sitting in the name, 100%. If that faith is there, one name you will take and you will see Shri Krishna, you will see Radharani, you will fall on unconscious with bliss, you will taste that infinite bliss of Shri Radha Krishna. But we don't. So mostly we are doing just physically, mechanically, with the sense organs. There's no feeling in the heart. We're not doing dhyan. Look, there are many, many types of devotion. 9 types, 10 types, 24, 36 is mentioned in Bhagavad Maha Puran. 100 types. But most famous is Navdha Bhakti. सबसे प्रसिद्ध है ये भक्ति. ये नवधा भक्ति प्रहलाद ने अपने पिता हिरण्यकशिपु को सिखाया. This Navdha Bhakti, very famous, most famous, was taught by Prahlad to his own father Hiranyakashipu. Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Pada Sevanam Archanam Bandhanam Dasyam Sakhyam Atma Nivedanam. Bhagavad Mahapuran, 7th canto, 5th chapter, 23rd verse. It is most famous. Navdha Bhakti, 9-fold devotion. Shravanam, listening. जैसे आप लोग हम अभी इस समय कर रहे हैं. Just as we are doing right now, we are listening to divine philosophy. Shravan Bhakti. Kirtanam, we just chanted the divine name of the Lord. Kirtan Bhakti. Smaran, lovingly remembering the Lord. Meditating on His divine form, etc. Pada Sevanam, worshipping the lotus feet of the Lord. Archanam, worshipping an image of the Lord. Vandanam, prostrating before the Lord. Sakhyam, Dasyam, realizing one's relation of eternal friends, Sakha, as well as Das, eternal servant of Shri Krishna. And Atmanivedanam, offering everything unto the Lord. Sarva Samarpan is Navdha Bhakti, very brief. It is most famous. In these also, 3 are very important. Shukadev ji says to Raja Parikshit, Tasma sarvatmana rajan haris sarvatra sarvada shrotavya krititavyascha smartavyo bhagavan rinam. Srimad Bhagavat Mahapuran, second canto, second chapter, 36th verse. Shukadev ji says to King Parikshit, Navadha is important, but simpler and more important, these three. From Navadha Bhakti, these three are most important. Shrotavya, Shravan Bhakti, listening to divine philosophy. Kirtitavyascha, Kirtan Bhakti, chanting the divine name, glories, etc. of the Lord. Smartavya, Smaran Bhakti, meditating. So these three is very important. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam. इसमें भी एक सबसे प्रमुख है. Even in this tree, one is most important. That is Smaran Bhakti. Gaurang Mahaprabhu said, Maner Smaran Pran. Smaran Bhakti is the life of all bhakti. Pran hai, pran. For example, this body we have, when life is in this body, when the pran is there, life is there, the soul is there, we're able to do so many things. The eyes can see, the ears can hear, the nose can smell, the tongue can taste, we can quarrel, etc., fight, so much things we can do. Jab tak pran hai, as long as there's life. But jab pran nikal jate hai, when the life leaves the body, when we say someone dies, everything is still there. Eye, ears, nose, mouth, hand, feet, everything is there. But we can't do anything. It's a dead body, lash. In the same way, we can do all the bhakti in the world. But if there's no smaran, there's no rupa dhyan, if we don't meditate, we don't use the mind, we don't meditate on the form of the Lord, then it's like a dead body without life. Jo chahate hai, karo. Any kind of bhakti, any way you want to worship, that's fine. Chant the name, do puja, archan, go to place of pilgrimage. Jo chahate karo. Do whatever you feel like doing. But isme dhyan sahit. Aur dhyan, roop dhyan. Then we will get benefit. So we can only do roop dhyan. Ab dekho, only roop dhyan, you will get all the benefit. Or you want to do 100 types of bhakti and you are dhyan, roop dhyan, you will get the benefit. Nobody says don't do puja, don't do archan, don't do abhishek, don't go to place of pilgrimage. Haan, sab kuch karo. Kirtan karo, bhajan karo, do everything. But add dhyan, smaran bhakti is the main. इसलिए तुलसीदास ने कहा, तुलसीदास जी महाराज, तुलसीदास जी, he got so angry with people who just worship God physically, with the physical sense organ. He wrote a doha. He paatahu footahu nayan, aur jarahu sotan ke hi kaam, dravahi shravahi pul kahi nahi, tulasi sumirat ram. Somebody is worshipping God, they're doing puja, they're chanting the name of the Lord, they're doing kirtan, bhajan, they're doing jap, and nothing is happening. Shravahi, dravahi, pehle dravahi. Dravana means to melt. The heart doesn't melt. You're chanting the name of the Lord, you're doing jap, you're doing puja, but the heart doesn't melt with love. Prem se pigalte nahi. Tulsidas Ji says, he fatahu. That heart should be ripped apart. It's useless. Shravai. Tears doesn't flow from the eyes. Tears of love. Of joy. To futahu nayan. Those eyes should be busted. It's like the eyes on the peacock feather. और जरहु सुतन और पुलकाई नहीं. Pulakai means horripilation. The pause in the body doesn't stand on ends. Goosebump. To jarahu sutan kehi kam, that body should be burned to ashes. This is also said in Bhagavad Mahapuran. Tadashmasaram hridayam batedam yad grihyamane harinam adheyai na vikriyetat yada vikaro netre jalam gataruheshu harsha. Someone is doing jap, chanting the name of Allah, doing puja, etc. And tears doesn't flow from the eyes. The pores in the body doesn't raise on ends with joy. The heart doesn't melt with love. Tadasmasadam hridayam batedam. That heart must be hard like thunderbolt, steel. Something has to happen. This will only happen when we focus the mind. This is the main thing. Bhakti man se hi hote hai, man se hi karna hai. Bhakti has to be done with the mind alone. Man, use the hand to clap, the mouth to sing, the eyes to look at the beautiful murti of Bhagwan, etc., the feet to go to pilgrimage, to mandir. These are all helpers. Use it. Main Roop Dhyan, Smaran, meditate on the Lord, visualize His divine form, etc. So most important is the mind. We continue. Next verse, 20. Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe 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 Krishna Radhe, Jai Radhe
Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna Radhe.
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna Radhe,
Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Krishna Radhe.
Ram naam sab सत्य कहा जब लो जात मसान राधे राधे.
राम नाम सब सत्य कहा जब लो जात मसान राधे राधे.
राम नाम सब सत्य कहा जब लो जात मसान राधे राधे.
राम नाम सब सत्य कहा जब लो जात मसान राधे राधे.
लौटत ही पुनि जगत कहा सत्यमान धन ज्ञान राधे राधे.
लौटत ही पुनि जगत कहा सत्यमान धन ज्ञान राधे राधे.
लौटत ही पुनि जगत कहा सत्यमान धन ज्ञान राधे राधे.
लौटत ही पुनि जगत कहा सत्यमान
जय राधे कृष्ण राधे 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 कृष्ण राधे
जय राधे कृष्ण राधे 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 कृष्ण राधे
जय राधे कृष्ण राधे 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 कृष्ण राधे
जय राधे कृष्ण राधे 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 कृष्ण राधे।
बोले वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय।
जय।
हाँ, एक विचित्र चीज है, जब कोई मरते हैं तो लोग उस लाश को लपेट के दो बांस में रख के मरनिकर्णिका घाट को लेके जा रहे हैं। उस समय बोलते हैं राम नाम सत्य है। और जब लौटते समय, जब लौटते हैं अपने घर में, उस समय क्या मानते हैं? उस समय भी राम नाम सत्य है मानते हैं क्या? नहीं, अब जगत सत्य है यही मानते हैं। It's a very strange and unique thing in the world. When someone dies in Sanatana Dharma, in Hinduism, and that person is being taken to the burial ground, to the cremation ground. Long ago, they would take the body immediately after you die, wrap it in some cloth, put it on two bamboo, put it on their shoulder. They are going to Marnikarnika Ghat in Varanasi. And they are saying, Ram Naam Satya Hai. God alone is true. Everything else is false. The only true entity is Bhagavan. Everything else is delusionary, an illusion. And they take the body and cremate it, etc. And when returning home, do they still feel and think? Or do they say, does anybody keep chanting Ram Naam Satya Hai? No, if anybody, hey, chup! Don't you dare say this. Let's suppose someone's son has died and they're taking them towards the cremation ground, Smashan Ghat. And while they're going, the doctor had pronounced the person dead. But many times people have been pronounced dead and didn't really die. While they are going, the person suddenly sits up. So while they were taking this person thinking he had died, they were chanting Ram Naam Satya Hai, and suddenly the person sits up. Do they keep chanting Ram Naam Satya Hai? No. Hey, chup. Remain quiet. Nobody should chant Ram Naam Satya Hai anymore. No, my son is Satya. I have seen. Once I was in a place called Mussoorie in India, up in the hill station, with my Guru, Jagat Guru, Tam Shri Kripalu Mahaprabhu. And people come to visit. Some are not really satsangi, maybe their children is satsangi, etc. But they also come. We are going to see Maharaji, a great saint. So they think, okay, let's go, we'll get blessing also. So there were some little kids who were also in the satsang. And they were playing downstairs and they were making fun and they were chanting Ram Naam Satya Hai, Ram Naam Satya Hai. And this old person, old man, he got so angry. Hey! Shut up! I said, hey, Bhagavan, don't you dare say that. To say God, Ram Naam Satya Hai, something very bad is going to happen. Maybe somebody else will die. This is a kind of belief. Only when someone dies are you allowed to say Ram Naam Satya Hai. If nobody has died, don't ever say that Ram Naam Satya Hai. And after we have gone to the cremation ground and returning home, nobody should say that because somebody else may die. Hey Bhagwan. This is called Smashan Vairagya. Smashan Vairagya. Temporarily detachment. You see, we don't really believe that God alone is the only true entity. That everything else, all relations in the world is delusionary, temporary, non-lasting. We are all like travelers in the world. Hum safar. Supposing we are going in a train somewhere or a bus, a long distance. Someone is going from Atlanta all the way to Fort Lauderdale in Florida. Greyhound bus or the Amtrak train. So it's a long distance. While you are sitting in the train, you're sitting close to somebody and suddenly you pick up a conversation. Hey, where are you from? I am from Atlanta. Ooh, I'm also from Atlanta. Which city? And so the conversation picks up and you, what work do you do? And you become good friends. Wonderful conversation. You keep having, you talk, pass the time. And the train reaches Jacksonville and the person says, okay, bye. Hey, bye? Are bhaiya, how can you get off here now? I'm going all the way to Fort Lauderdale. You cannot come out now. Are bhaiya, my stop has come. I have to get off. This is my stop. This is my home. I live in Jacksonville. No, you can't. Yes, I have to. If you want, come with me. But this is my stop. You can come with me if you want, but I can't come with you. This is the same with all our relation in the world. It's all temporary, transient, non-lasting. Nobody knows when it is going to finish. In Mahabharata, once a yaksh, a spiritual entity, was given a shrap, a curse, that he will have to stay in the water and will only be released from that if someone were to answer 60 questions. Sat prashna. So the yaksh asked 60 questions to Yudhishthir. Sat prashna. He had tried to ask the other four brothers, Arjun, Bhimsen, Nakul, Sahadev. But no one wanted to even listen. They were so thirsty. Seeing that very clear water, they went to drink the water and they had the pride. They were very powerful. And the yaksh pulled them into the water. So finally Yudhishthir came. And he was about to drink the water and the voice came from in the water. Hey, Budhe! Hey, you old man! Khabardar, be careful. I already pulled your four brothers into here, into my realm. First answer my 60 questions or else you will suffer the same fate. Yudhishthira said, okay, Pucho, ask. The first question he asked was, Kim Ashcharyam? इस संसार में सबसे ताजुब बात क्या है? What is the most surprising thing in the world? सबसे ताजुब. Yudhishthira answered and said, Ahanyahani bhutani gachanti hayamalayam sheshasthidatvam ichanti kimascharya matah param. Mahabharata. Every day, every moment, we see people going to Yamalaya, the abode of death, dying. Every moment. Yet nobody thinks, I will die. The son has died. But the father thinks, oh, yes, my son has died. But I'm only 50 years of age, I won't die as yet. Nobody thinks I can die the next moment. And it's not that first grandfather will go. Sometimes grandson goes first. Everyone has a time. When the time comes, we have to go. Ayuh karma cha vittam cha vidyani dhanameva cha panchaitani siddhyanti garbhastasyaiva dehinaha hitopadesh. The scripture says, Ayuh, duration of life, how long we live for. Karma, what kind of interest we'll have. Whether we want to be a teacher, a doctor, an engineer, a loafer. Wit, how much wealth will come to us easily because we have given dan, charity. How do we get wealth? Because we give dan, charity. You do not give dan, charity, the punishment in the next life will be when you get human birth, you'll be born very poor. Dariddhata. Vidya, how much knowledge will come easily. Nidhanamevacha, the moment we'll die and how we will die is determined the moment this child is conceived in the womb of the mother, and nobody can change that. Naraji says to Himalaya, Kaha muni sahimavanta sunu, jo vidhi likha lilar, to Deva Danuja Naranaga Muni, ko na meta nihar. Naraji says, Himalaya, the father of Parvati, Himalaya, hey Himalaya, listen. Whatever Brahma, the one who writes our destiny, Brahma, the creator, where does he write it? On the forehead. Bhal, Lalat, Lilar. What does he write it from? Purva janma kritam karma tad daivamiti kathyate hitopadesh. The actions we perform in our past life, out of the free will that God has given to us, becomes our destiny, our bhagya in the next life. It's not written in any book, it's not written in the stars, it doesn't fall from the sky. We are the maker of our destiny. The actions we perform in this life, out of the free will that God has given to us, is known by the name Purusharth. In the next life, the name changes. That's all. The name changes to Bhagya, destiny. We are the maker of our destiny. So whatever Brahma has written in the destiny, in the forehead of an individual, Deva Danuja, no Devata, no celestial God, no Rakshas, no human being, no Nag, no Rishi, no Muni, Kona meta nihar. No one can change. Very clear. Very, very clear. So, jo time aayega, wo to jana parega. When the time comes, we won't even get one moment. Yamraj comes and says, Chalo. Well, Yamdut actually comes. Messengers of Yamraj, of death, and says, Chalo, please, please, give me 1 minute, 10 minutes, let me just make the will. No, no. Not even 1 moment extra. And when that will happen, nobody knows. Sabko jana hai. We all have to go. That's why we should not procrastinate. Kaumar acharet pragyo. Prahlad is saying to the sons of the Rakshas, Asura Balako, in Bhagavad Mahapuran, he said, Kaumar acharet pragyo, even at the little age of 5 years old, start thinking about Bhagavan, start doing bhakti. Whatever is going to come to you materially is going to come. Abhi se karo, because no one knows what will happen tomorrow. Kohi nahi jante. So, because of our ignorance, because of identifying with the physical body, we have forgotten, हम भूल गए, मैं कौन हूं ये भूल गए. We have forgotten who we are. We have forgotten that we are the soul, Atma, कि मैं आत्मा हूं. We identify with the physical body from beginningless time. We have turned our backs away from God. Dva suparuna sayuja sakhaya samanam briksham parikasva jate tayoranya pippalam swadatya nashnan nanyo abhichakashiti. Shweta Shutaropanishad chapter 4 verse 6. Exact translation is given in Bhagavad Mahapuran. Suparna vetau sadishau sakhayo yadichayayitau kitanidau cha vrikshe ekastayo khadati pippalan manyo niranno pibalena bhuyan. Bhagavad Mahapuran 11 canto, 11th chapter, 6th verse. Bhagwan Krishna is saying to Uddhav, Uddhav, ek briksh, there's a tree. Us briksh mein do pakshi baithe hai. On the tree, 2 birds are sitting. One bird is Paramatma, Bhagwan. One bird is Jivatma. We people, the individual soul. एक पक्षी दूसरे पक्षी को पीठ किया, बहिर्मुख. One bird is turned back to the other bird. This is the position. One bird is eating the bitter fruits of the tree and suffering. The other one looks on quietly and does not disturb. The bird is turned back. This one, that's us, the Jivatma, individual soul. Because we have forgotten who we are, identifying with the physical body, we have turned our backs away from Bhagavan. Bahirmukh, Peeth kiya. The tree is the world, is sansar. And the fruits and the tree are the objects and people in the world. Ye dono pakshi हृदय में बैठे हैं हमारे. These 2 birds are sitting in our heart. Both Bhagavan and us, Jivatma. Both are sitting in the heart. Oh, because of ignorance, we have turned our backs away from God from beginningless time. We are looking for happiness, but in the world. And instead of getting happiness, we are getting pain and suffering. Not only that, because of that ignorance, we make all these relations in the world. Every relation we have forgotten. Mata, Pita, Bhrata, Sharanam. Every relation of the soul is only with Shri Krishna. Tvameva Mata cha Pita Tvameva. You alone are my mummy, you alone are my papa. Bhul gaya. Forgotten. Because I am body. No, this is my mummy, this is my daddy, this is my child. And Shri Krishna, he is also. We have taken out he. He likha hai na, tvam ev, tu he. और उसमें लगाया टू भी. ही को हटा के भी लगाया भी. We have taken out he, which means alone. Instead of saying tu he, tvamev, we put bhi. Tu bhi, yes. Shri Krishna is my mommy, Shri Krishna is my daddy, my relation, but not alone, also. And that's why when taking the body to the Smashan Ghat, we will say Ram Naam Satya Hai. Only God alone is the true entity. Only Bhagavan is my everything. But when we return, only the world is real. This is Smashan Vairagya, temporary detachment. The knowledge has to come. I am a soul, Atma. मैं जीव हूँ, जीवात्मा हूँ. I am soul, Atma. मैं शरीर नहीं. I am not a body. And my every relation is only with Shri Krishna. जो सुख हम ढूंढ रहे हैं, that happiness I'm looking for, I will find only in Shri Krishna. I will not find in any person or object in the world. As long as we keep Bahar-Mukhata. So the cause of all suffering and pain in the world, Bahar-Mukhata. Disposition, turning our back away from God. What is the cure? San-Mukhata. Bahar-Mukhata, this is the cause of all disease, all pain and suffering. What is the cure? San-Mukhata. Right about turn, left about turn. In other words, completely surrender to Shri Krishna. Realizing that Shri Krishna alone is my true every relation. The happiness I am searching for, I'll find only in Shri Krishna. Until that knowledge doesn't come. First knowledge that I am the soul Atma. Number one. Number two, this body I have, this human body is very valuable. But it has a problem. It's make dosh. Big problem. What is the problem? At which moment I lose it, no one can know. No one knows. Kshana bhangur. Non-lasting, transient. And when it is going to be lost, nobody knows. Bhagwan knows, saint knows, but no one in the world. That's why we should not procrastinate. So knowledge, when the knowledge comes, first knowledge, I am soul, Atma. Number two, the happiness I am searching for. First to begin, everything we do in the world is only for happiness. But where I'm going to get the happiness? Only in Shri Krishna, because Shri Krishna is happiness. The more firm this knowledge gets, then no longer you'll be afraid to say Ram Naam Satya Hai anywhere, anytime. You will not only say when someone dies. Kahi bhi, bol sakte. Anywhere you can say, with all freedom and bravery, you will say and chant the name of the Lord. And but before that, don't say it. If you say it, somebody will die. This is the greatest ignorance. Ye mahan agyan hai. The greatest, because we don't even know who we are. So all this knowledge is very important. Then we will understand this, we will find true happiness, etc. For now, we will stop here. Today, we will continue in the next session, which will be tomorrow night. Bole Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki jai. Srimad Sadguru Sarkar ki jai. Siyavar Ramchandra ki jai. Pavan Sutta Hanuman ki jai. जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे. We're going to do a beautiful bhajan from Book 2. Yugal Kunj, Book 2, page 158. As I mentioned, we don't have the true knowledge of who we are, what is our aim in life, who is Shri Krishna, why we should want to know Shri Krishna, etc. And who is going to give us that knowledge? Guru. Guru is going to give that knowledge to us. Guru is so important. Without Guru, nothing is possible spiritually. So Guru is so important. Of course, Guru has to be Shrotriya, Brahmanishta Mahapurush. As Bhagavan Krishna says in Gita, chapter 4, verse 34, Jnaninaha plus Tattvadarshinaha. Jnaninaha means he has knowledge of all the scriptures, all the Vedas, all the Shastras. But even more important, he is Tattvadarshinaha. He has attained Shri Krishna, he has attained a divine vision. He has seen Shri Krishna. He has attained a divine knowledge, divine bliss. Only someone, if someone has something, he can give it to others. So in order, we are looking for happiness, divine knowledge, divine bliss. We have to go to someone who possesses this himself. This beautiful bhajan talks about the entity called Guru. गुरुदेव शरण में आई, अब तो लो मोहि अपनाई. गुरुदेव शरण
में आई, अब तो लो मोहि अपनाई.
ओ गुरुदेव शरण में आई, अब तो लो मोहि अपनाई.
गुरुदेव शरण में आई, अब तो लो मोहि अपनाई.
कछु भेद संग, कछु भेट संग नहीं लाई, खाली झोली ले आई.
कछु भेट संग नहीं लाई, खाली झोली ले आई.
कछु भेट संग नहीं लाई, खाली झोली ले आई.
कछु भेट संग नहीं लाई, खाली झोली ले आई.
ओ गुरुदेव शरण में आई, अब तो लो मोहि अपनाई.
गुरुदेव शरण में आई, अब तो लो मोहि अपनाई.
असुवन माला ले आई, दो बिगरी मोरी बनाई।
असुवन माला ले आई, दो बिगरी मोरी बनाई।
असुवन माला लई आई, दो बिगरी मोरी बनाई।
असुवन माला ले आई, दो बिगरी मोरी बनाई।
ओ गुरुदेव शरण में आई, अब तो लो मोही बनाई।
गुरुदेव शरण में आई, अब तो लो मोही अपनाई।
मोही भुक्ति मुक्ति नहीं भाई, चाह युगल चरण शरनाई।
मोहि मुक्ति मुक्ति नहीं भाई, चाह युगल चरण शरणाई।
मोहि भुक्ति मुक्ति नहीं भाई, चाह युगल चरण शरनाई।
मोहि मुक्ति मुक्ति नहीं भाई, चाह युगल चरण शरणाई।
ओ गुरुदेव शरण में आई, अब तो लो मोही अपनाई।
गुरुदेव शरण में आई, अब तो लो मोही अपनाई।
लख 84 चली आई, कहूँ पलहू कल नहीं पाई।
लख 84 चली आई, कहूँ पलहू कल नहीं पाई।
माया ने हरि बिसराई, गुरुवर ने याद दिलाई।
माया ने हरि बिसराई, गुरुवर ने याद दिलाई।
ओ माया ने हरि बिसराई, गुरुवर ने याद दिलाई।
माया ने हरि बिसराई, गुरुवर ने याद दिलाई।
ओ गुरुदेव शरण में आई, अब तो लो मोही अपनाई।
गुरुदेव शरण में
माया ने मार लगाई, गुरुवर ने कंठ लगाई।
माया ने मार लगाई, गुरुवर ने कंठ लगाई।
माया ने प्यास बढ़ाई, गुरुवर ने प्यास बुझाई।
माया ने प्यास बढ़ाई, गुरुवर ने प्यास बुझाई।
ओ गुरुदेव शरण में आई, अब तो लो मोहि अपनाई।
गुरुदेव शरण में आई, अब तो लो मोहि अपनाई।
शरणा भवसागर था न पाई, गुरु ने भव सिंधु सुखाई।
भव सागर थाह न पाई, गुरु ने भव सिंधु सुखाई।
शरणागति राह दिखाई, गुरुवर पर बलि बलि जाई।
शरणागति राह दिखाई, गुरुवर पर बलि बलि जाई।
ओ गुरुदेव शरण में आई, अब तो लो मोहि अपनाई।
गुरुदेव शरण में आई, अब तो लो मोहि अपनाई।
जग जनमी जनमी दुख पाई, अब गुरु की लई शरनाई।
जग जनमी जनमी दुख पाई, अब गुरु की लई शरणाई।
तू जा कृपालु शरनाई, हरि पर खत भुज फैलाई।
तू जा कृपालु शरणाई, हरि पर खत भुज फैलाई।
ओ गुरुदेव शरण में आई, अब तो लो मोहि अपनाई।
गुरुदेव शरण में आई, अब तो लो मोहि अपनाई।
बोले श्रीमद् सद्गुरु सरकार की जय।
We'll now offer bhog.